Hey, my name's Tom. It is Thursday, February 18th, 2021. This is Texas, and I live in the Austin area in a little town called Pflugerville, a little bit north. And we are going through a pretty bad winter storm right now. And I live in an apartment. It's all electric, this meaning the stove, the heat, the air conditioning, and all that other stuff. And I was prepared, and watching my neighbors struggle and have a tough time and helping them out, I thought I would give a couple of tips in my little apartment life, because I don't have a fireplace, I don't have a balcony, I don't have anything. It's just a little apartment. And I wanted to share the experience that I've had, because I'm super happy. I am great on being full. I have sufficient water. I'm not saying I have a lot, but I have sufficient water. And it's been really good, and I feel fortunate that I was prepared, and I thought I would pass along a couple tips. You may look at a lot of it and say, wow, I know that, or it's common sense, or something like that. But if you get one little thing out of it, that's awesome. So to start the story out, again, I said it was Thursday the 18th. On Sunday late night, so I was on the computer nerding out because that's what I do. It was 2:07 a.m. and the power went out. Oh, fumble, what happened? So I got a text message from, I guess, the power company or something like that. I'll put it up. And basically they said, we're having rolling blackouts. Okay, cool. At 2:55 a.m. the power resumed. Life's good. I thought, that's awesome. I went to bed shortly thereafter, figured there's nothing else I can do. Threw an extra blanket on there just in case, and had it kind of draped over to the side. No big deal. Life is good. Woke up in the morning, did my normal routine, flushed the toilet. Yeah. So I guess there wasn't enough water in the tank. Maybe I have a small leak. Maybe I need to have that looked at. Anyway, I noticed I didn't have water. Fumble. And that was about 10 a.m. on Monday. So, is that correct? 10:55? Yeah, 10 a.m., whatever. Something like that. I'll put a little spreadsheet up, a little picture of it so you can see it, of all the events that happen, you know, to power outages and stuff like that. Anyway, and then the power went out and I didn't have power for, what, 25 hours, 26 hours almost. And I just wanted to share my experience because I watched so many people out here struggling, and man, I really feel like I've been living on the moon. The only thing I've had is boredom, which I've kind of negated with being a little bit more prepared because, again, I'm a nerd. So I used to have a ham radio license from 2006 to 2016, but it expired and I let it lapse, let my radio equipment sit a little bit. I kind of got interested in it again, so I whipped out some of my radio equipment, fortunately, and just been playing with it, listening. I haven't renewed my license, I haven't done anything like that. But I'm happy I got my radio equipment out. And I'll explain in a little bit of detail, but not too technical. I'm not going to get too nerdy on it, but just the basics, because it's super helpful. I'll do that now. And this is not scripted, so I'm just running by the seat of my pants. If you wanted to plan and get ready for something and not be some kind of weird nerd or anything, this is an old Radio Shack scanner. Runs on batteries. It's not some rechargeable junk. I can always replace these batteries. That's fortunate. It's an old Pro 94. It's worked great forever. And I'm lucky to have this because I had all the repeaters plugged into this. A quick 101 on repeaters. So imagine you have a ham radio like this one back here. It's not very powerful, and you can only get a limited distance. What a repeater is something on top of a building somewhere or on top of a water tower, and it is a much stronger radio. So what you do is you call into it basically on one channel, and then it rebroadcasts it on another one. So you can hear it for way big long distance. And that's basically what it is. So you have a little radio contacting this dude, and he shoots it out of something else, and then you hear it on your radio, and then people can communicate back and forth. And that's basically what happens. And that works great if you don't have cell phones and stuff like that, or radios, or power, or something like that. So if you think about it, this scanner can listen to it. So I can program all those repeater frequencies in here, or other frequencies like FRS or GMRS or anything else. Plug those numbers in there, turn it off, save it, you're good. Take the batteries out because they'll corrode in there. Have it ready for a rainy day, which it helped tons, because out of everything with the power out, if anything, I was bored. And it allowed me to listen to something, and I got some tips and information on outages and things that were open and road conditions, and you can hear emergencies and stuff like that. If you moved up to something like a radio, you could actually transmit. So I have a microphone and a transmitter. It's illegal for me to talk on it because I don't have a license. But in an emergency, you do what you have to do. If I fell down the stairs and broke my leg, for example, or fell in here and broke my leg, I can get on that. If my cell phone's not working, just say, hey, I need some help. My name's Tom. I'm here. And if you get punished for it, you get punished, but at least you'll be safe. So that's one thing. And again, sheer boredom, and it did give me a lot of tips. And what I'll do is I'll put an unlisted video up that you can hear. Number one, a status update of a gentleman saying a gas station's open, and the location and phone number and stuff like that. And another one, an announcement that comes on frequently where they give tips and advice and the resuming of water and power and some tips on purifying water and where to get water and do things like that, because we don't have water right now. My water went out in the morning on Monday, and my power went out earlier than that same Monday. So no power, no water. And we're still out of water, by the way. I do have power. I'm so fortunate. I'm warm. Everything's good. Yeah, I'm blessed. So there's the radio situation. Again, I'll put an unlisted video. I'll put it in the description. And if you wanted to hear that and see a sample of it, basically what it sounds like, it's nice because they do repeat these messages over and over. And it's really nice that these volunteer ham radio operators give their time to help other people, because they're not getting paid. They do training all the time for it. And you look at them and you go, oh, look at those nerds. But whatever, those nerds are here in a great emergency, and they're giving so much valuable information. I thank them tremendously, because currently here in Austin, I'm listening to 146.700. I forget the station ID, but they have given so much information. And again, I just had it programmed in my scanner, and I stumbled upon it and when I was scanning, and lucky enough to hear that all the time. And it's been a joy. It's been such a pleasure. I've known things ahead of time, the power situation, water, it's been great. So I can't say enough about that. Thank you, radio operators, you're awesome. Next, I'm just giving the basics in an apartment where you only have electricity, things that have comforted me and made my life so much easier. Again, I'm not living without, I'm not doing without, I'm able to help other people, and I feel very fortunate. So let's talk about lights. In a dark place, man, you don't know how many times I ran through this place flipping light switches and everything else, and nothing's working, and it's just out of habit. Or if I said, hey, SIRI, the magic machine to turn on a light or something like that, nothing happens. I did it a million times. It's silly, but it happens. Anyway, so there are 3 lights that I have, and I call all of these valuable. You can pick and choose what you want, but these have come in useful for me. I do have a couple more, but these are the ones I use, and these are the ones I found best for me. A headlamp. Standard basic headlamp, 3 modes, low, high, red, adjustable thing so you could point it more down, just to walk around, walk the dog, do other things. Handy, handy, handy. Use it in the kitchen when I'm trying to cook something in the evening or something like that. Nothing but handy. Standard flashlight. It's a little bitty one, super bright LED jobber. This guy sits in my pocket. When the power goes out and I don't know about it, I can still find my way around. Which my phone is in my pocket too, which has a nice LED on it. I can use it in an emergency, but more light, more better. Hey, I'm gonna trademark that. This guy, I don't know where I picked this up, but it's such a random thing, but it has come in so useful. You know, it's an array of LEDs. It has a little shirt clip right here, which can move around. So you can actually twist the light. So if I were, how do I display this? if I were to twist this around, right, so I can twist it. Another thing, this dude is magnetic. So you can jam it under your microwave when you're cooking, for example, on your stove, because you can, I'll show you. You jam it under there and then you have a nice light where you're cooking. Or you can, I have a lamp over here and it's a metal lamp. I can click it to the lamp and tilt the lamp a little bit. Now it's shining on my desk when I'm sitting there writing down stuff that I hear on the radio or something like that. Works great. Love this thing. Those are my 3 lights. Simple, I'm telling you, I'm doing simple stuff and I have not lived without. Power. I have this 2200 milliamp hour backup battery. And this guy is usually charging, it's always just ready. I used it a lot for travel, and because it's legal to travel with this size battery pack, I know pretty much in all countries. So I got the biggest one I could travel with, and it has been handy, handy, handy. My phone has always been topped off, never worried, never dropped below 3 dots in any of the power outages. I didn't know how long it would last in that type of event, but let me tell you, it lasted great, keeping my phone charged all the time. I never a drop of sweat. Did I charge anything else? I don't recall. I probably did, but it wasn't much. It was mainly my phone. And could I have done 2 phones? I'm sure I could have, because it's got 3 ports on it, you know, whatever you may need. So that's been valuable. I've never worried about phone. And fortunately, cell service has always maintained its continuity. It's always stayed up. That's been a plus. Let's move on to cooking. Holy crud, I don't have gas. I only have electric. But I also am prepared. So, let me tell you the top secret, which is not a secret for many people, but a lot of people didn't know about it because I gave a lot of these out. They're called sterno cans. Super, super simple thing. Goo. Very, very simple. It's got a gel in there, so that gel is flammable, right? So, and, you know, let's flame it up. Might as well. But you have to be very careful with them. It is an invisible flame. But the idea is, light the flame, put something on top of it, and you can cook with it. And I'll show you in just one sec. Really simple. Always have a lighter. Lighter, matches, all that jazz, have fire. Always good. So I'm in an apartment again, all electric. I'm alive. I can't pull a grill in here, that's kind of crazy. Boom, it's lit. You can't see it, but it's lit. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Hopefully I don't burn my camera. Yeah, it's burning. So anyway, it goes out easy, not by blowing it. All you do is take the lid, or I just take the cup that I'm cooking with and I just cover it, and bada bing, bada boom, it's out. It does get hot, please be very careful. I cook on my stove top, so basically I have one of those 4-burner jobbers with these things on them, and I'll show you how you can use this. So number one, if you only use one of these at a time, I boil water to cook. I do that in this little camp. I think it's maybe 20 ounces, but you can fit 16 in here perfectly and allow it to boil because it leaves a lip. I always have this with me. It's always with me in a bag in my truck. It's with me. I'm always ready for it. So this guy is what I usually cook on, and basically I can do it, just rip one of these out of your stove. All you do is lift up and then pull, and then it's got these 2 prongs on it, and these 2 prongs it's a neat handle, and this one in particular has a little Mercedes symbol on the bottom of it, of ridges, see? And you can put it right on top, and it sits on there nicely. It does it a lot better on the stove. Oh, because I got the lid on there, that's why. When the lid's gone, it's flush. So then it sits on here nicely. You can do on one. A little tip, let this burn for about a minute or 2 before you put this on here, because this will smother it. So let it get nice and hot, and once it's hot, it's good. Because especially when your house is cold, because there's no heat, AC. I see I'm in Texas. We don't understand cold. So anyway, but born in Germany, so I understand cold. So place this on there. This will take a long time to boil. Honestly, that 16 ounces takes a long time to boil. It's 20 minutes or so. It's crazy long. Again, I did not tell you. 2 hours, 2.25 hours. That's about how long these work. They're reusable. You just close it up, open it up again when you need it, burn it again. you get about 2¼ hours. Let's say 2 hours. Anyway, I've never replaced one. Since that takes so long, I usually double or triple it up. If you have a family and you need a pot, you can still use this small burner, but you can arrange 3 of them. Can you see me over here? You can arrange 3 of them and set this on top, light them all, and then just set that on top. And this little handle works great. I didn't find it to get too hot, so it worked fine. If anything, you can use a napkin or towel or something. But you can use 2 of them, you can use 3 of them, whatever floats your boat. Again, this is all I've ever needed because I'm here alone, and that's the extent of it. And I'm showing you every dish that I used because I have limited water. I've been gathering snow and picking other various sources just to get water. So it's a premium. And here is my water supply, for example. I have a pure water filter. That guy's on the left. I have a bucket, or excuse me, a bowl, a large bowl. That one I use for cooking. And yeah, my birthday's in a couple days. I'll be 50. Anyway, so that one's for cooking. What I do is take this 1 cup measuring cup. Yeah, that. Cool thing about it is not making another dish. What you do is you take the boiling water that you have in this jug and you open this up, and it's got a seal on it too. So you rip the top off, and then it has a seal right here. And then you open it, you take the silica pack. It's not even a silica pack, it's some other kind of natural stuff so you don't kill yourself. You take the pack out, the desiccant, whatever. Take it out, you dump your water in there, you close it for about 8 or 9 minutes, and eat right out of the bag. It's as simple as that. You throw the bag away, you're done. No dish, no wasted water, no mess, no nothing. Go wash your spoon, and that's your dish. You're done. Oh, I also use 1 cup. I haven't washed it because I just use water in it from my water jug. So I have a water jug, a bowl, and then I have the puppy water because I'm rationing her too and keeping her kind of cut back because she's already gone through her whole jug of water. That's my girl. So I'm rationing her, and I got her own jug. I think that's it. Radio, power. So I've got power, super lucky. I don't have water. That's supposed to return today, I hope, because I would like a shower. I itch. I'm not the best smelling. I've been using wipes to bathe. That's about the extent of it. It's still not sufficient, but it's better than nothing. Keeping my teeth brushed, bathing, or doing what I can to be a little bit hygienic. It's been nice. It's been refreshing. Makes me feel civil. But otherwise, I have no issues. Another tip I forgot to tell you. Listening to this stinking scanner, I can listen to it in bed when I'm going to sleep or something like that because honestly, it's boring as sin. One day felt like it was about 2 weeks. I was going to say 3. Did you see that? It felt like it was about 2 weeks. It was miserable, just time-wise, because I'll write software or I'll make some circuits or do something like that normally. But not having electricity, being able to do that, it really, really took away. But listening to that, I didn't think of something when I was just running around. I gathered snow, I melted it, did stuff like that, made water, all kinds of jazz. Put it through my pure filter, all this other stuff. Filled up the bathtub with snow because I hadn't been able to fill it up prior to the water going away. So unfortunately, the house being cold and the bathtub full of snow leaves you with a bathtub full of snow. One way I gathered snow, a little tip from your Uncle Tom, is to put it in a garbage bag. Get you a big trash hefty, no name brand. I'm not sponsored by anything, by the way. Get any kind of food you want, just as long as it's this 25-year, last forever, dehydrated camp food. It's awesome. It's worth every penny. I've been so happy. Anyway, so get your trash bag, throw snow in there, because if you imagine water is about 7-8 pounds a gallon, to make 7-8 pounds of snow is a chore. So just throw it in a garbage bag. That's what I found to be the easiest. I see people go out there with little buckets, and it took me 3 buckets to make a bowl, and that was miserable. I mean, that was just like, no, just throw it in a trash bag and you can work out of that. The snow will stay there long enough not to make a big water trash bag. So I was listening to the radio, and the tip that the radio gave me was, they mentioned that some neighbors are letting people use their pool water so they can flush their toilet. To flush your toilet, it's really simple. Take your tank lid off, fill the tank lid with water, and then you can resume flushing. So that's one thing. I'm gonna get a little bit TMI here. I'm a guy, I don't need much, and I'm pretty resourceful, but this is gonna be TMI, but I'm gonna tell you because I think it's a handy tip. If you're a guy, and you're able to, or if you're a woman, if you feel energetic and spry, I pee in the sink. I have some disinfectant next to the sink in my bathroom. I pee in the sink. I rinse down with the disinfectant, and I'll wash it real nice when I get my water back. But honestly, there's no reason to urinate in a commode if you're a male, and if you're a female and you're spry and you want to jump up on the sink, do that. There's no reason to do that in the commode. Do it outside if you want, but I'm in an apartment again, so I've got neighbors, I can't do that. But sink, open game for me, sorry. A little bit TMI, but it's a truth, and it works great, and I've had no odor, no stains, no nothing, so just fair enough. I said it. You get what you get. I still haven't said the tip yet. Listening to the radio, they said neighbors have been giving out pool water to fill their tanks for their toilets. And I thought, holy smokes, I'm in an apartment. I've got 2 swimming pools. I wonder if the gate's open. So I slipped up there, noticed that the gate was open, went to the pool. I was able to kick through the ice barrier. It was rather thick. It must have been like that thick or so. I was able to kick through it and see water. So I ran back to my apartment, grabbed a bucket, went up there, and along the way, there were a bunch of snow gatherers out there gathering snow. I said, hey guys, if you guys need to use the restroom, I'm going to the pool. I just cracked the ice and I'm able to get water out of it. If you want to follow me up there and grab some water for your toilets. So sure enough, they went up there with me and did it. So that worked out super well, and we all learned at the time. So that was a good thing. Another thing I learned in this, I can't say I learned it, I got to reconfirm it, was helping your neighbor, helping your neighbors. So I had these Sterno cans, and I'm familiar with my downstairs neighbor. We chat every now and then. Sometimes I bring her some food, sometimes she brings me some food. She has a beautiful daughter, she's I think 2, and a boyfriend, and they're super nice. So I thought, man, she has electric also, and I don't want her kid to be without food or anything. So I brought her one of the Sterno cans. And she said thanks, super happy, because I knew the power wasn't going to be back for a while. I heard it on the radio, for crying out loud. So I brought her that. The next morning she offered me some coffee. It's always good to help your neighbor, and they'll always help back. No matter who it is, it's awesome. And I gave another guy one of the Sterno cans as well, and he offered me some water. So life is good. Treat your neighbors good, they treat you good back. Your faucets. In this case, it's a freezing thing, so that's what I'll speak to. Leave one open in an area where you are so you can hear when it comes back on, also to relieve pressure. You may want to open your cabinet doors underneath your sink to allow whatever heat you have in the room to heat underneath, and to keep those pipes a little bit warmer than they would be if the doors were closed, because that just keeps the cold in there and gives you a chance of breaking a pipe. Same thing in a house, but I'm just talking apartment life here. And I think I ran through it all. Just to let you know, I've been super happy, super fortunate, never without, and I just wanted to share these few tips. Hopefully the video isn't too long. I know I talk a lot, and everything I got that I need is right here. I've gathered it all, put it all around me, but that's it. That's all I've used. I haven't made any more dirty dishes, because who wants to wash dishes when you don't have much water? And I've been very happy. The meals have been great. There are 2 stroganoffs in here, beef stroganoffs. There's, I think, 2 chicken teriyaki with rice. There's 1 pasta primavera. There's 1 rice and chicken. And then there are 3 breakfasts. 2 of them are scrambled eggs with bacon, and 1 is granola with milk and blueberries. That's a cold water meal. You put it in there, and I guess that water turns into milk. Must be powdered milk in there or whatnot. I've been so lucky. So if you're buying these, I would definitely recommend 1.5 to 2. I'd go 2 boxes per person for any event that may happen, any extended power loss, any water loss, anything like that. I'd recommend at least 2 a person because I'm almost finished with that one. I may dig into the other one because I don't see myself able to get food too soon when the stores open back up. Let's say the road's clear, because they're not clear right now. They're not safe. I'm not driving anywhere, and I've got a 4-wheel drive. It's silly. I don't know why. It stops the same and it turns the same as any other car. Just because 4 wheels are going forward doesn't mean anything. It just means you have a greater possibility of wrecking. And plus you got to worry about the other people. So it's supposed to get 60 by Saturday, or 50 or 60. And people assume that the ice is going to melt and stuff like that. It's not going to melt too fast because the ground is so cold. That's number 1. Number 2, delivery trucks can't come in and fill up our grocery stores. I know our grocery stores are empty, and there are still long lines for the rows of nothing. And there are long lines going in and all the lanes going out. So it's going to remain that way. I know there's no eggs, there's no milk, there's no water, there's no nothing up there. They're out of everything. And it's going to stay that way for several days. So I'm still ready for those remainder of the days. I hope this video helps you. I'm not asking for a subscription. I'm not asking for a comment. Hey, I will ask for a comment. If you have any extra tips or ideas, please go ahead and leave them in the comment section. And it's not to get comments, it's to help other people. Just to be clear on that. I'm not asking for a like, but I do hope you liked it. I do hope you find it helpful. And I do hope you're safe through all of this. I wish all my Texan relatives and friends and people I don't know, everybody's my friend. It's Texas, for crap's sakes. I hope you stay safe. Stay safe and stay happy. Thanks. But wait, there's one more thing. I forgot something. Another little handy trick. I keep these in my bag all the time anyway. So just in case I'm out somewhere and I need it or want it. I'm a sweetener lover. I like Splenda. It's my preference. Don't rag on me. I'm an adult. I'll eat it even if it gives me cancer. I like it. So I always have Splenda with me and little coffee packets. These little instant coffee things have saved my life because I can have my coffee. Again, cooking in that 16-ounce thing, put it in my coffee mug. That's how I'm making my coffee. My Keurig isn't working because power was out, right? These guys have saved my fanny and have been wonderful. And I'll give you another little TMI thing. Coffee makes me want to go to the restroom, and that's something I just didn't want to do at this moment. These guys don't seem to do it. I don't know if that's a thing, but I'm telling you my experience because that's exactly what happened. Hope you enjoyed the extra little tidbit. Have a great one. Stay safe, stay warm. Thank you for watching.